cause we just keep it down, down inside. Yeah, you and I, both longing for expression for the things we like, but we stay quiet. Hold me now, hold me now, tell me things.
Guys, today we are learning Pandora, originally released on the Trilogy project by Dan and Dave Buck. I have a different twist at the end of the move that I've got inspired by Jordan Lapping to add to Pandora. And what's really cool about this advanced cardistry routine is that it combines several cardistry moves together in a flow that just makes sense and is really pleasing to the eye. Ignore the cattail right there. I'm going to break this into 4 parts. So when you attempt this move, you have this going on. So you're getting into a display. And that's what the display looks like. Following the display, part 2, let's say, is going to be the tornado cut. And then you're going into this cutting action, molecules, and that, let's say, is part number 3. And part number 4, when you get to this closure move, you're going to do this. So 4 parts. Now it's okay to learn each part separately if you're still not in the advanced, let's say, category. All right, Foxy, I didn't ask you to talk right now. Cat is going crazy when I twirl cards. To begin, you're gonna cut the deck, not exactly half, I would say almost half, but I leave a lighter packet on top. And then I'm going to use the middle here and the palm. I'm already pressing the cards onto my palm. So what I'm doing here is using that palm to strip some cards. It cannot be a few, let's say 1/3 or half of that packet in my right hand. So I strip that. And then I'm using my index to slide that card down, and everything's pivoting on the middle finger, as you can see. Now from here, I'm continuing the pivot motion. It's very difficult to do slowly. So let's do that again. So you're stripping that out, and you need to be in that position where you've stripped the cards. So from that position, you're going to catch that card that you stripped with the index with the left hand's ring and middle finger, like this. And that's the hardest position to be in because all the cards want to fall down, because that 6 of clubs that you see here is not really held properly yet until you're going to add your pinky here. And now it's securely held. And now you have almost that first display, very, very shaky position. So let's get into that one more time. Going from here, stripping that card down like this, and just like that, you're getting here. And once this is connected, then you can rotate, close, strip again with the left, and you strip into that grip, which we've seen on this channel a few times. Very comfortable grip, and then you can display. That's your first display. Ooh, that was a complicated first step. I think the opener is actually the hardest part of this move, believe it or not, because stripping this card and getting through this position, this is a bit tricky. So you really have to catch as fast as possible this card and put your pinky to secure everything, or else it's just not gonna hold, and you can't do it too slowly because, again, you won't have much time. So you close, you see how I brought everything together, then you strip that card, and now you're in that display position, and now you're good. You bring everything together again, exactly how you stripped it, and now you're in this position where that middle packet is ready to be twirled by the ring finger of the right hand. And that's what it looks like. And you can help yourself with the pinky of the left hand if needed. That's gonna be your tornado. You don't have to do this forever. Do it until you're satisfied of how many rotations that was, and then use the thumb to then, continue with the other phase. So just to recap, the first 2 phases, and then we'll go into phase number 3, which is the other complicated one. And then we'll go with the closure. See, it's opening things up. without messing up. And you can't have your hands be cold. You need moist hand to do the stripping of the cards. So that's another tip I can give you. Don't do this outside in the cold. So you're here, then you do tornado. And then technically you could end here, but there's a part 3 and a part 4, and we'll get into it immediately. There is going to be a lot of cutting motion in part 3 and 4. Once you get there, display, I do it twice. See, from this position of the tornado, you're stripping a card with your thumb. Stripping a card. So you finish the tornado, strip a card. And as you strip the card, it's going to be clipped between the middle and ring of your left hand, just like this. That's the other super shaky position, because my contact with that card is just at the tip of the middle and ring. I switch the grip here of the right hand to my thumb. Then this packet gets hooked on the left thumb, and watch how I'm doing a scissor cut motion as I'm adding. I'm gonna use my body to help me. That's it. 1 second. Let's get back to the tornado cut position after we've done the display. Strip, clip. I'm switching everything here, as you can see. That thumb goes here. You're doing that cutting motion, and you're adding that card to here. And then, again, reverse the cutting motion. Open things up. This is gonna be a lot, guys. Push that card in, do sort of a charlier, slide that out, under, over. And then that's step 4, the closure. Wow, I'm gonna struggle explaining this one. I mentioned that the opener is the hardest one to get because there's a lot of stripping of cards, and that depends, it depends how quickly you'll get to the smoothness of stripping cards. But after the display and the tornado, once I strip this card, watch again. I'm adding this, I'm cutting back, I'm opening this up, I'm using my ring to help me twirl that, and I'm gonna sandwich that right in the middle. And now that it's sandwiched, I can lift this up, and now it's pivoting on my middle of the left hand, as you can see here, and see how this packet just comes on top. Then I'm clipping that packet middle and ring, bringing this one down, and just like this, I'm ready for that final stage. It's a lot going on, and I don't really know how to explain the parts more than just showing you and having you follow along. So maybe let me do it in extra slow steps. After you strip this card out, cut, put it down, cut back, clip it, have that pivot as it goes in, lift, get that card out, use these fingers to clip underneath and over, and now you're in this position. It's an interesting grip because it's exactly, well, the fingers you see, I don't have to name them each time. You have your thumb and middle. You're lifting, and you're lifting with the clip being on the middle finger. Okay, so I'm not right in the middle, I'm in a corner grip. And then again, that charlier motion where I'm lifting cards out, I'm rotating with my index, and as I close, I clip this packet and I pivot it here by just playing with the middle and ring. The thumb catches everything and can put it back on the deck. And this is where you have a bit more flexibility with twirls. And so I usually twirl it back into my palm, slide the thumb down, let it rotate, drop, and do this. you slide to this grip. You can see how I went from, just slide your fingers. And you lift, remember this is a corner grip. You don't have to lift half the packet. It doesn't have to be a huge packet. It could be 1/3, 1/4, doesn't matter. You lift, you can see how I'm making space to lift, sort of in a Charlier fashion. I pivot this one, it goes right in between, but I keep this one clipped. And actually, coming back on what I said, it's better to cut half the deck because you see how big of a chunk I have to pivot now. So you will pivot like this, and that's the only thing that your left hand does. Here, now that you've pivoted out like this, I go back with the index, rotate it again, rotate it halfway here, and look how I'm just rotating my hand so it's against my palm now. Can slide my hand here, let it fall, and let it fall like this. So what it looks like, again, is like this, and you do this simultaneously as that one moves, and you let it fall on top. It could be a smaller packet on top. Here, like this. Put in the grip, so you have this pivoting. And you use your fingertips in the left hand to help keep everything square and catch it. All right, guys, you're troopers if you got this far. Let me end with some cool slow-mos where you can follow along. Both angles here active, and thank you so much for sticking around, and leave me a comment below on the next move we should tackle. With that said, enjoy the practice.
You and I, we never show emotions, we just keep it down, down inside. Yeah, you and I, both longing for expression for the things we like, but we stay quiet. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me all about how you feel. Just let yourself go. Say it loud, wake the world on the other side, make it real. Just let yourself go, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Oh yeah, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Just let yourself go. Let yourself be. Me and you, we're holding back each other in the things we do. It's all so blue. Yeah, what if we could grow just like the flowers through the concrete? Just you and me. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me all about how you feel. Just let yourself go. Say it loud, wake the world on the other side, make it real. Just let yourself go, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Oh yeah, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Just let yourself go. Let yourself. Me and you, we're holding back each other in the things we do. It's all so blue. Yeah, what if we could grow just like the flowers through the concrete? Just you and me. Just let